Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crusader Kings 3 Sri Lanka series here on the Lord Master channel, in which in about a month, and around June, I'm going to start spending a lot of money. As you can see, the amount of gold that we've gained in the previous episode, because that was our main focus, is to get a lot of money by any means. Taxation tool, and making investments to build more buildings that will increase income. Stop right there. Here it is. Build local Buddhist religious site. That's something I've been wanting to do. Not till 2 years till we reinforce relations with another Soka community again. It does. No, I think we're good here. So let's begin. Well, actually, let's hold court first. I'm 65 years old and still feeling fine. I think I might live up to 70. So yes, now I officially lived longer than my father, Vijayabahu the Great. And sometimes I wonder, when is his reign going to begin? I mean, at least whenever I pass, at least it's going to be before he turns 30. And he'll be a very virtuous Theravada Buddhist ruler that we've had in a while. And hopefully, if he gets more learning in time, then hopefully we can hope, I've been saying that word a lot, that he'll be more than just Midas touch. I mean, a golden age is going to begin here, one would think. Let's start holding court first before anything else. A thin, raggedy peasant stands for me, gawking at the opulence of my throne, obviously distracted. I called to him to get his attention. Oh, I'm sorry, Lord. See, my village of Vijayarajapura was hit by a blight this year. We not only lost a crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Glancing my throne again. Yeah, surely have some wealth to spare. That would be nice, because I'd like to build buildings as of late, so I might consider that. So I'll be willing to spend 40 gold to have free labor for the next 5 years. Laborers in this county are repaying their liege's generosity with toil and sweat. That Tamilakami frontier. Nadarva, Regiment stands for you. His face grave, look at him. My lord, the threat of Chola weighs heavy on my mind. Ivraya, Dera looms across the border, he points. Only days from the gates of Periyamadu and House Karunanakadan's house. You must help fortify my lands. Vani soldiers and fortifications all stands between Vijayabahu and ruin. So I'll say nonsense. Chola is no threat. We've beaten them before, and if they attack us, we'll beat them again. He is reassured here. The Republic of Malaya. Pura Padanda Mahasana comes forward, proceeding with a marked caution. Your Grace, my Pura of Samantakuta grows rich by our burgers. Dealings with the traders and travelers who daily pass through Mayaramana gates. We have made our town, and you, prosperous, and deserve greater influence over Malaya. You ask too much. There must be some other way. 100% chance that we'll find a compromise, and we'll have a mercantile charter which would help with hurt to the holding tax, but increase its development. not giving him the Rata, which would turn that into a Republic vassal. There's no need for that. Well, this other option is tyrannical, which why on earth would I want to do that? Okay, fine. Yeah, find a compromise here. A couple of things first. Support Sri Lanka's Sangha. Parivana schools, as always. So increased by 15. And now, let's build a large Buddhist building. I would like to be exalted among men before my life's over, so build me a temple. And it will be large in size. And in a year or two, this will increase the province of all the monasteries, including Mahavihara, which I'm the patron of. This would help him. Remember that idea I had for a tournament? Because I had in mind archery, wrestling, and duel. That's what I had in mind. Yep, at the max. This would be the greatest grand tournament that this part of the world's ever seen. Plus, I have the martial skill for it. I ain't afraid. I may have the gout. I'm getting old. But I would like to prove to myself, just to show that I am just as great as my father. He was a great warrior in his day, but however, I just want to prove to myself, just to gain more prestige. I mean, that would be grand. And maybe perhaps that we'll find, I don't know. I'm not looking for any potential recruits, but I'm sure some of you are thinking, why on earth are you doing this? Because you're simply burning money. Yeah, I am. But at least the location here has barracks. That's why we have that in the first place. And all the Radabuddha and others will partake in that. Yeah, why not keep it job? My original idea was to go for recruits before I realized, oh, my prowess skill is just as great, so maybe we should try to win one of these tournaments. As again, it'll have luxurious encampments. Tournaments should be more than just sporting events. They should be entire sporting experiences. So that makes certain negative effects less likely to fire. And it will have splendid prizes, which will be level 5. The best prizes are the ones so glamorous that they eclipse their winners. Prize artifacts will be famed or illustrious rarity. And I would love to have that. Any of them. Any of these prizes. Again, this is going to be the longest tournament that I've ever held compared to the tournaments that I've held in the previous series with Haran, which I was having fun with them. But this is the high medieval era where things are different and more expensive than ever. But do not worry. When this is all over, I'll be sure to travel somewhere far and go make some fortune and then come home. Gotta go on a trip to somewhere. Not Europe. Alright, let's get to it. May not qualify for the archery contest as of yet. Well, it'll be open in 21 days. Hold that thought. I remember something. Where is it? Trained for a tournament. You're currently busy participating. You must exist grant to join. Yeah, I'm not good with archery, but I could be good with foot. And then, of course, there's all these people coming in that'll be paying their entry just to make a little bit of fortune back. Nirmala. The tournament is at hand at last. Many have flocked to my grounds of Vijaya Rajapura, eager to prove their worth or simply enjoy the spectacle. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the shadows shorten. If I am to compete in the archery contest, I must ensure I will qualify. It will soon begin. No time to lose. My Radhaputa stand assembled for the day's training. Their tents laden with kit. Mogalana and myself stand before all. Radhaputa, what do you not know? Ask humbly be taught, urges. Together we represent the Aga Rada. Let us together prepare for our glories. He turns to me, eyes gleaming. Command us. Because of my drive attempt, watch our opponents. Learn of their weaknesses. So the knight's scores will increase moderately, while my score increased moderately. This accolade of the stag of Tirokonomale, Trin Komale. Again. It's my acclaimed knight. So now I'm currently guaranteed to qualify. And I see about 4 of them here. But mind you, since tournaments are expensive in High Medieval Era, I'm sure the neighbors like Chola wouldn't send their fighters over here, those contestants over here, because travel's expensive. So one would think this is a tournament that's kind of exclusive to everyone here at Tambapanni. Three eminent guests arrive. 3 dukes. Well, they are from here. Proud to put in my axe of war, that friendly rival's swagger, while interpreters laugh through their work. You, Sihala, have your skills, says, oh dear, his name, Tirujarampalapatan of Anad, Shevite Tamil, from Chera. Okay, there you go. You, Sihala, have your skills, but who among you has spurred the enemy line? Heedless to all weapons, your charger trampling, your lance striking home, try my warhorse. See if you can unhorse even a worse Tamil rider. My people don't employ the tact needed to ride with a heavy lance in the battle. This isn't our way. Still, can I suffer such a boast to stand? Hmm. 72% chance. 75% chance. Or get this man over here who's their court physician to come teach us. I'll have a try. So 72% chance that I nobly represent the Sihala, in which the culture accepts between us and the Tamil increased by 5, and I'll be an open-minded warrior for basically the rest of my life. I'll have a try. Nobly represent. We gotta go back to another turning ground. Hold it. Non-existent bad courtier. I've heard rumors spreading around the region about how my royal court is home to a particularly nasty, corrupt courtier named Gajabahu Ranasige. It has become part of the local folklore to tell lurid tales about the terrible things he gets involved in, at my expense. The problem is, I have no such courtier with that name in the description. Some days I look around my court wondering if one of the people had inspired such stories. Who knows where or when this rumor first arose? Regardless, these tales are influencing how people see my court and myself as a monarch. I'll be willing to spend it. This increases a bit of dread. Proceed forward. Repress any mention of this so-called Gajabahu in my court. Not my son and heir, Gajabahu. He's an alright man. Better. 92 guests. Yes, the Chola neighbor is here. Some are still on their way here. And others have come to watch. Some may not compete, many will watch. And among other things. And my son and heir is here too. It's awfully crowded, huh? Regarding the guests here. You can pick and choose, but no, I like to see my people in action. And yes, even the Serb is taking part of it. But mind you, he's not, qualified. I am. No, to the turning ground. Paid his entry fee. The ruler of Chola himself. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament. To the delight of the attendees, 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of tea. I'll get you for that, you bastard! Sputters one drunkenly, roughly throwing an empty cup at his neighbor. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Haha. The victim covers his face, deflecting the attack. Help me, Agabuti. You're on your own there, Louis. Last thought exclaimed, standing entire mug of one big gulp. A Norwegian, a Frenchman, and Sihala. Disgusting. 35 days. Well, as a Buddhist, I should go over there. Right word. It was a joy that I hosted Gajabahu, my personal friend, son and heir, to pass a blissful morning together. After lunch, he proceeded in a most conspiratorial tone to tell me about his plans to improve the renown of my bloodline. My interest was piqued, and it was with a smile that I received the news that some hyperbolic comments were made in the different courts to further my son's plan. Given the state of the whole affair, I must now decide if I let Gajabahu attempt a real coup in terms of my renown, if I take advantage of the initial work and earn investment from the different foreign nobles, or simply refuse the whole scheme. So, again, my base chance to be successful, if not very low, it is not high. However, Gajabahu's good diplomacy skill, if he has the traits of gregarious, diplomat, arrogant, ambitious, diligent, or shrewd, which he has none of these. Of course, the higher the diplomacy, the more traits, the better. That's not going to work. in my personal opinion. Plus, you're disloyal. So I'll say, turn my friend's words into an investment opportunity. Good attempt. As Roxala moves aside to let me approach, I take a solemn moment, alone in the temple near the tournament grounds. Pondering in the presence of the samsara, I find myself wondering what is I wish, in my heart of hearts, to see come from these days of revelry. Bring me glory, Tatarashtra. It'll begin, the archery. From Andhra. 88 guests present of the tournament. Only a few compete. As I am qualified to join the archery contest, and Mogalana and 4 other Radaputa have entered the archery contest, including my brother. Good luck to all of you. May the best one win. Only one Shavai Telugu is here, who is a Radaputa of ours. So basically, this is the tournament that favors all of us. So let me take a drink. The varied crowd of contestants mill about the butts, comparing bows and trading tales of their finest shots. The creak of bows and twang of strings carry far, punctuating the hubbub, the smell of raisin wafting through the still air. It seems an unknown commoner called Paddy has been a talk of Vijaya Rajapura since practicing at the butts. My ears prick up as my name is mentioned, drifting across the gentle breeze. That could be a good sign or a bad one. This wanderer here. Now, none of you have ever been into something like this. Yipe. One to watch out for. You know, despite being gout ridden, this flexible armor here actually negates the penalty coming from the gout. So I'm still good. And at least I still have that East African community. If I got a lot of money, I'll place a bet. I vowed to myself I would win the contest in this tournament, but I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing a prize of the archery competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same. If only they had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. They're all worse than me. This is no way to win. I'm out riding my dog Holdfast beside me when he suddenly runs off the plains. My retinue says he'll come back, but what if he doesn't? Heel, Holdfast, I said heel, wait for me. I'm trying to place bets here. Peering at the bookie by the tavern set dim light, I pondered the stream of eyes and shots over the heads of the milling punters. Pratapuradra is the archery favorite. 4-1 for Pratapuradra. Yeah, this is a man I'm very afraid of, even though he's a blade master, but unproven in archery. I'll bet on myself because I'm confident in my abilities. I watch with the practice side as Mihdala begins his approach towards the targets. The first shot flies true and thuds home. The second was more wayward, much more wayward. A shrill cry, an ungodly scream pierces the air. The second arrow had not just missed the target, but flown so far wide that it landed amidst a group of waiting competitors. Landed indeed, and Padita. The crowd rounds on the stricken man. He's lying on his back, clutching his wound in a vein effort to stop the blood. The arrow still embedded in a half a hand deep in his flesh. He got wounded. We were wondering about him, because he's the one that got good with the bow, but now he just got wounded for this. Call a physician. I'm willing to pay. Gain a tiny bit of stress for that. Have a successful wound treatment. I'm a fair man. I find Holdfast after a few minutes of searching, heavily wagging his tail, pretending like nothing is wrong. He is clutching something in his mouth as he gently places it on. You see, it's a couple of golden coins. Thank you. Streams of commoners and nobles alike flock to the contest grounds, find to secure a good view of the archery. A horrendous groan pierces the excited hubbub. The stand of overloaded spectators gives way with a crash. Its massive screaming victims are sent tumbling from view. As recriminations fly, my courtier, oh dear, it's a terminal name. My courtier, God dog it. Try one more time. Staunchly discourages punishing the stand's builders. This was an act of the Tripura Sandari, nothing else. He's my court tutor. I've forgotten about you, actually. Oh, don't do that. It's not a Buddhist way. It is the Berean we must look to. Compensate the victims. I mean, my dread was increased, but now I like to get rid of it quickly. So yeah. Get rid of that popular opinion. That's been reduced. Increasing. Again, even if I don't win this part of the if I don't win this contest, well, fine by me, as long as it's one of my Radaputa that wins it. Just to show that we are the best fighters that Tambapanni has to offer. Now, dusk begins to draw in slowly, but steadily as the competition continues. The snapping of strings in the staccato rhythm. I lead on my bow, concerned with the path this contest has taken so far, such as when an arrow got way late on its way to the target and struck another competitor. The competition begins to draw to a close as arrows continue to fly into and past the butts. If I'm to make any impact on proceeds from here, I must act now. With this wind, this trajectory should suffice. Combined prowess and learning chance. 75% that score increases moderately. 9% nothing happens. 14% chance the score decreases moderately. I guess nothing happens, because I don't... Hang on. I step forward, knock, aim, draw, and loose. The arrow whistles through the air, thudding deep into the target. The crowd erupts. There can be no arguments. This is a huge point in my favor. I am winning. Victory is so close. Only a few more arrows are remaining for each competitor. The end is at hand. One last knock. Ah, crud. I didn't get the good one. I completed my triumph attempt. You know what that means. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over. Someone's moment is on being ready as the herald steps forward, voice booming across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, above all else, some truly spirited competition, we have our final three. In third place, the gutsy Apa Mogalana. Coming in close second, Padita. And of course, that leaves us with our victor, Aga Rada Vikramabahu. I knew I could win. I have proven my worthlessness beyond doubt. I actually won. I won the wager. Made some money back. The prize money and the wager money and more. And I've married him for the next 5 years. So there's some injury resilience here. So I will receive a prize when this tournament concludes. And everyone else who took part of that, you're all archers. For all qualifying contestants, you're all archers, and Vikramabahu, his health is poor. He's been knocked out of the competition. I think it's mainly because health reasons, perhaps, or whatever he did. Guess he's out of the competition, whatever happened to him. Unless it says somewhere in the activity log. Find him. Yes, a wayward oil. It struck Padita, but still alive. I actually won this one. So now in 56 days, we're gonna have wrestling. Unfortunately, I'm pretty good on foot. See if we can make it better. The tourney grounds are bustling with preparations. The pages run around carrying pieces of armor that make them look like tiny scarecrows. Wait, one of them yells, picking up. I hear a familiar giggle from one of the treatments. I see Mahesi Payang, who is one of my wives, surrounded by other women who cover their mouths with handkerchiefs. She doesn't wave at me. She doesn't need to. Coming for some exercise, Nita walks past me, raising his chin. You'll need it. There's only one person I need to impress. Myself. Feeling a little egotistical here. One would think. I'll go to the tavern next. Even though this is a chance to reduce stress, but I don't have much in the way of stress. I'm a calm, cool, collected person. I recalled my previous tournament victory as my score increases moderately more. The local pub is rammed with bodies. As expected, when a tournament rolls into town, amongst all the newcomers, though, there sits a man who is clearly a fixture at this establishment. He eyes me with suspicion as I sit down. What are you doing here? He finally but says, drink arrives. I turn to face him, draws outside his head. Forgive my presumptions, my lord, a flourishing, scornful bow punctuates the statement. But I reckon you couldn't even handle half of that, let alone all of it. Sit down and shut up, you hopeless drunk. I refuse to spend time with those who consider it beneath my station. I should have never gone to that tavern. As I prepare for my upcoming match, I spot Payang again, hailing me with handkerchief around, offering her a favor. Before I can respond, Cinnamon guy, holding a handkerchief out for me, insisted that I take her favor instead. Fashionable Tamil. Favor of a lady. Doesn't matter which one you choose. I'll take it, Pang, since you are one of my wives. Even though she's an evil ravener, but very greedy, very cruel. I will take it. I'm walking the gardens with some lords at court when I notice my wife approaching. I step aside and let her pass, but to my great surprise, she blocks my path and kneels before me. Were I time to properly process this turn of events, Peg begins to sing. To my great dismay, the woman before me cannot carry a tune to save her life. It takes all before I'm able to identify the song. It's the famous Sihala love ballad. She's altered the lyrics to include my name and mentions of my physical appearance, ruining the rhythm even further. Well, don't mention my gout. You flatter me, my lady. Yeah, I won't have time to go join with this. 1 second. Sanction loopholes. Increased by 50 in the base. Running bonus to speed to get a claim. Which is, again, I would like to have a claim in the sense so we could build a pirate den here. But it's held by my brother. Which, again, cannot revoke the title unless you break an alliance. I can enforce the divorce. No. What I mean is, damn kinship. How old are you? How's your health? Well, there isn't any point with this. Now, how long does it take? 6 years. It's not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. The Kashmiri man has come here months earlier. But hey, holding this tournament doesn't affect the Sangha struggle. Alright, let's go wrestle. Office bearer. Right around the sand, shirtless contestants warm up their bouts as the herald announces the contest commences. Some of the competitors rub dirt onto themselves, others opt for oils, all looking for a scant advantage in the coming bouts. The wrestling qualifiers that come to an end, it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favorites. For my first bout, I prepared against my fellow contestant, Padita. Oh. Again, you may be good with the bow, but how good are you at wrestling? Because I might be an expert at this. So I'll face Padita, while Magalana was paired against Nihidala. Agabudi was paired against Prataparudra. And Kitty went up against Mita. I'll place another bet. You say that he's the wrestling favorite? I mean, look at his physique. He's better than me. I'm just a little old in, you know? Man, but look at this man. He's much younger. Well-traveled. They all have better physiques than me. I mean, I'm an older person, so... I'll bet on myself again. Take a drink. The crowd bays for blood as I staggered forward to confront my opponent again. I cover away a red rivulet from my forehead and consider the fight so far. Musing about when I make my move. I am winning. I just need to hang on for victory. Come, let us lock up as warriors. Combined prowess and diplomacy challenge. 73% chance to score up, 10% nothing, 15% decrease. Hand on their shoulder, a death trapped in an almighty heave. We crash to the floor, all sound is labor breathing, and farther away the roar of the crowd. I scramble on top of my adversary, straining to press home my advantage. Moments later, Buddy just suddenly catches me off guard. As I try to in vain and gain purchase, he throws me forcefully, sending me tumbling out of the ring into the dirt. Just call it in. I've lost. Now, I'm not a sore loser, so I wouldn't do that. If I was a character who is wrathful or vengeful or callous, arbitrary, I would pick that option. But, confound it. Beginner's luck. That's all I gotta say. He got lucky. He got shot by an arrow, and now he's making a comeback of a lifetime here. I could have bet on him. Now, the bout between my brother and Midala has been decided. After an unsatisfying one-sided bout, no one was surprised when Mogalana firmly pinned Midala and was declared the winner. Mogalana is through the semi-final. Don't mess with the Tambapanni Rata Buddha, even though you're not the Rat. You just happen to be part of it. Way to go, brother. Hope he wins. The wrestling quarterfinals are over. Albums. Mogalana, Rohana, Padita, Agabodi, and Meta have reached the semifinals in a interesting round. So, my brother, my righteous brother, they call him the righteous because he has a strong sense of justice and fairness. He will face Padita, who beat me because he got lucky. And Agabodi will face Mita in an interesting round. Again, a manipulation hook. The bout between my brother and Padita has been decided. Both contestants made good showings of their skill, but ultimately, Mogalana threw Padita from the ring in a great cloud of dust. He is to the final. Victory for all House Vikramabahu. Bout between Agabodi and Mita has been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Agabodi decisively knocked Mita to the ground. Agabodi's to the final. Don't mess with the Rata Buddha. But mind you, he's my Sindevarat, which is the marshal. He may be an old ugly bastard, but he's a gallant warrior. He's doing forward. All I can say is, come on, brother. They have reached the final. Mogalana and Agabodi. Come on, brother. A hand on their shoulder, a death trap of almighty heave. We crashed to the floor. All sound is labor breathing. Farther away, the roar of the crowd. I scar on top of my adversary, slamming to press home my advantage. The bout between my brother, Margarata, and Agabodi was decided. Both contestants made good showing their skills, but ultimately, Margarata firmly pinned Agabodi was declared the winner. That means Margarata has won the wrestling contest. Victory for House Vikramabahu. Jai Ho! Even though I don't know what hail or victory means in Sihala language. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. Contest is over. Someone's moment of sun's being ready. The herald steps with a voicemail saying, after many trials and tribulations of the Bowels of true spirit of competition, Appa Mogalana speaks Agabodi in the final. Mogalana is our winner. I must put in more effort next time, I think to myself, watching the victory sign be raised. There's always next time. He's an accomplished grappler. Huge health boost for him. All of us, including myself, wrestler. Next 5 years to give me some medium health boost. Some good health. Good health to you. Way to go, brother. You get to win a grand prize. Well, now, in 56 days, there's going to be a duel. Which I still have the good contest aptitude. And I'm pretty handy with the sword, but not necessarily wrestling. Just quite unfamiliar with that craft. I greet the band of Ratapu as they wander past me. One, straggling behind the rest, makes me pause. Spinning on my heel, I call after the figure. They are clad in shapeless, ill-fitting armor, their eyes wide and clearly terrified beneath the helmet. Something isn't right here. Stepping forward, I rip off the helmet before they have a chance to react. Standing before me, looking around furtively to see if anyone had noticed, it's none other than a woman, dressed as a Ratapuda. No less, planning to compete as a Ratapuda even. Who are you? A Krishnite Tamil. Tiruvaraki is her name. 21 years old. Excellent prowess. She's brave, she's ambitious, which is not really a virtue, but rather a sin for Hindus. And she's stubborn too. And she's an aspiring blade master. And an organizer. She would also make a great commander too. She's a worthy commander. This character has proven themselves worthy of leading armies regardless of society's attitude about gender. Then again, Tamil women are strong, based on observation alone. So I'll say I could do with the services of someone like you. I'll be willing to pay, recruit, and she will become one of the Varagakara, which is knight, but that's in her language, not mine, which we call a Ratapura. So, come join us. And she may qualify for the duel that's coming up. Still got the skill. It's a good thing that the Telugu taught me the warrior culture during my travel. I ought to go to the artisan's quarters. Tailor. Erroneous. Browsing the wares displayed in the tailor shop, I spy a carefully wrapped package among the piles of garments and sundries. The tailor happily opens it for me, carefully untying the letter, by to reveal an exquisitely embroidered crest, the Chola crest, as in the tiger crest, because the symbol of Chola is tiger, whereas we are lion. Let me see. I like a little bit of renown. You know what? Listen, I'll take these, but no word of it. This increases hostile scheme chance against House Chola. For whatever reason, of course. He's the what? Chancellor. Tirumantira Olay is Chancellor. As the Rata Vijaya Rajapur decreases its development, there are several additional needs in terms of infrastructure where the county receives full potential. Roads, bridges, aqueducts, public baths, sewers, basic healthcare facilities, and much more in demand across the county in order for it to continue to grow. Unfortunately, all these facilities cost gold, and I'm the one who's required to foot the bill. Let's do this at a reduced cost, because I have a very high stewardship skill, which you gotta have it at least up to 21. If we didn't have that, or an architect trait, it would have been more expensive, but we'll keep it sustained. So do it at a reduced cost. Excellent. thinking about going to the village, but 1 second. Because again, wrestling was just dumb luck for the man who beat me. Padita, who might compete again. Now, to the turning ground. Go, Almond, go faster! I hear a man's voice echo across the grounds. I look up to see a small thing hurrying through the sky like a black bolt of lightning. Soon enough, it swoops down towards the finishing line. Ah, you must have cheated. Your bird cannot fly that fast. Just look at her. She's barely a fledgling. The angry Lulu shouts at the winner, looking smug. I don't have time for this. I'll gain a tiny bit of stress despite being calm. Sis wants to make a divan. Yes, a divan. Go ahead. Bengali now. To the duel. Last chance before everyone is qualified. I've qualified. Basically, it's largely the same people. And there's myself. And Mogalana, who won the wrestling tournament, is the favorite contestant. And then there's her, who also is competing in the tournament. She is one of the Radapuda. Which again, she's a Tamil. That's the reason why I remarked earlier by saying Tamil women are strong. But it's their culture in general. 1 second. Wonder what gives. Increased prowess. Oh, I know. It's that old cultural tradition. This. Wood steel. That's a thing for South Indians only, including here. Contestants march onto the field, taking their places around the sparring quad as the herald announces the contest's commencement. The squared off ring is being looked at the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no one should give a contestant to crash into it. The dual qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to fate. For my first bout, I'm prepared against my fellow contestant, Mita. Look at me in armor. You don't typically see that. I'm 66 years old, and I still have what it takes. And there's Mita Kumara Singh, who is the Mandomalaya and Senapati. He is the Legis Marshal. Do not underestimate him. So I'll place a bet. So also, my brother, he'll be fighting against Pratapura Dragon. And Mihidara goes against Padita. And Agabudi be against the Tamil woman, Tiruvangnaki. I'll place a bet. Since they say he's a favorite. Now you say he's a dual favorite. If he wins this darn thing, I might make that safe bet. But I've seen crazier things happen. You're good with horse. He was good with the bone. In apparently wrestling. Nobody's good with foot. I'll bet on myself one more time. Even if I win less money. Thunk. My body thuds the wooden wall at the edge of the arena. Mita, having bodily hurled me with a snarl. No sooner is done so than Mita's face morphs into a smug smile. And to my astonishment, he turns away from me completely. Raising his arms to the playing crowd, he curls his arms up and flexes in the imitation of a traveling strongman. The cheers from the crowd are double. Those fickle peasants are eating it up. I'll teach him to show his back to me. The screeching chorus of metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths, sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. I look for advantages, thinking back to when my opponent paused to play the crowd. I'm winning this fight by some margin. I just need to hold it together for a few moments more. We advance upon each other once more. We are both battered, both tired. There can only be one winner. Do it for prowess and diplomacy charms. What are you, scared? 72% chance. Score increase. 10% nothing. 50% decrease. What? Are you scared? That's an increase. A sonorous blow rings out as my weapon glances off a helmet. My opponent staggered backwards in the daze. I follow up quickly. A slight feint left. A hammering blow right. I advance as my adversary backpedals desperately. My sword being barely deflected by the barest of margins. I sense a win. I rush to claim it before Mita recovers. He withers under my flurrying blows, barely keeping form with his guards, until he at last steps away, yielding. The judges called it an end. I have won. Victory. Knocked him out. I advance. The bout between Pratapuradra and my brother Mogalan has been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Pratapuradra disarmed my brother and forced him to concede. Oh, he's made it to the semi-final. This is the one I'm afraid of. The Telugu man who's he's of the warrior culture. This is the true warrior we're looking at. Ha! Not this time, Morgana. I don't know why I say that. No orgy, please. The quarterfinals are over. Aga Rada Vikramabahu and Vijayabahu, Mihidala Matale, Agabudi, and Pratapudra have reached semi-finals. So that means it's like first, I defeat, Mita. Midala knocked Padida. Agabudi knocked directly out. And Pratapurudra knocked my brother out. I can do this. So I will face Midala while Agabudi will face Aga. And I fear this is the man I may face in the finals if I defeat Midala. Two old men, 68 years old. Basically, two men have been around since the beginning. Has it really? 1 second. Matale. Are you sure? Because the history is not telling me anything. Okay, try here. No, but we can safe assume that he's been around since the very beginning of this series. Since he was a young man. Because there's no known parents. I'll say yes, he's been around since the beginning. Let's do this. Screeching coarse metals and metal rings as two blades scrape down each other's lengths. Sparks glitter as they fall to the ground. I look for advantages, thinking back to when my opponent paused to play the crowd. I'm winning this fight by some margin. Just need to hold it together for a few moments on. We advance upon each other once more. We're both battered, both tired. There can only be one winner. Do not underestimate him, because he's got the skills. There's a reason why he advanced in the first place. But do the same option. You scared? Sonorous blow rings out as my rubber grants as off a helmet. My opponent staggered backwards in a daze. I follow quickly. A swipe blade left, a hammering blow right. I advance as my adversary backpedals desperately. My sword barely being deflected by the barrister margins. I sense a win and rush to clear before $1 recovers. Catch the strong wind of his blade with the last of the quick string of blows, breaking his grip and sending the weapon spinning into the dirt. The judge is calling it in. I have won. Victory. I advance to the final. The bout between Pratapodra and Aga Rada has been decided. After an unsatisfying one-sided bout, no one was surprised when Pratapodra battered Aga Rada to the ground, forcing a forfeit. Here's to the final. Well fought, Pratapodra, and this is what I feared that I'd be facing. I mean, I'm glad he's one of ours. You know, glad he's one of ours, but oh dear. He was an archer, he was a wrestler, and I fear that this man who may be content, he's impatient and vengeful. Aspiring Blade Master, Lulu. Duel semifinals are over. How it moves. Aga Rada Vikramabahu of Vijayabahu and Pratapodra have reached the final. I've reached the final bout. Pratapodra is all that stands between me and victory. Come on, I can do this. Time slows as Pratapodra sword arcs overhead, blades singing through the air. It is no insignificant blow. If I stay where I am, it will do me more than enough damage. The matter should be a simple one. As such, a wild attack leaves an instant open to a counter. But there lies a nagging feeling at the back of my mind. The grimace snarl Pratapodra had as he launched the blow was understandable given the effort. But fancied the tiniest glimmer of satisfaction in it. In his eyes, too, almost seemed to dart towards my side, he sets up a soul of fate. The blow nears me. It's time to act. I rather block than a chance to counter. His combined prowess and martial challenge against him. 76% chance that my block succeeds and my score increases, and he would respect that. 23% chance that I would get wounded and the score would decrease moderately. My block succeeds. A screeching chorus of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths, sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. I looked for advantages, take it back to when I had to choose between a counter and a block against my aggressive opponent. I'm winning this fight by some margin, but I need to hold it together for a few moments more. We advance upon each other once more. We're both battered, both tired. There can only be one winner. You know what to say. What? Are you scared? My weary thrust grows wide, my opponent contemptuously not even bothering to weave out his inaccurate attempt. Instead, I find myself instantly on the defensive, parrying blow after blow without being able to answer any of my own. I backpedal desperately, weaving, dodging, anything to stay in the fight. I sense a win, have rushed to claim it before Pratapodra recovers. I catch the strong of his blade with the last quick string of the quick string of blows, breaking his grip and sending the weapon spinning into the dirt. The judge is calling in. I have won. Victory. I beat him in this duel contest. Thought I had no hope on this one. I could have won that wrestling tournament too had that guy not got lucky on me. I could have won all three of these contests. Oh. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over. Someone's moment of sun is being ready. Herald steps forward and voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, above all else, some truly spirited competition, Aga Rada Vikramabahu beat Prataparudra in the final. Vikramabahu is our winner. Truly, there are none in Tambapanni that can match my skill. I have proven my worthiness beyond doubt. I actually won. You all did well. And that makes all of you duelists. Prowess per level of fame up. Me included. I won my wager. And I won the prize money and additional gold. And I will gift the duelist, increasing the prowess even more. And including that level of fame. See, if I want to fight in a duel as an old gouty man, I can do it. Do not tell a 66-year-old Vikramabahu tell him what to do or what not to do. Yeah. And also there's a reason why I paused the day before the ceremony begins. So let's go to the village, because it's the one other place you have not visited. The music can be heard from the fields surrounding the village. Following it, I come to its origin. The heavy garlanded square. Flutes and tambourines and all manners of instruments and balladry. Men and women dance around through every part of the square. Now their hands join together. Now they begin to sing. And now they spin, spin, and spin. Just this once, my subjects will be delighted to see me joining. I'm an old gouty man. Well, I'll dance along with them, one would think. I'll take the prestige hit. Can't go to any more of these while this phase ceremony is active. So the sun comes down on the final day to turn. The mass crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the results. I had the finest aim of any in the archery. Morgellano was the indomitable opponent as they took the first place in wrestling. My superiority with the blade had me take home a prize in the duel. I fulfilled my goal of winning the contest. I look forward to the next one. Probably never, because as a good Buddhist I am, you will not see that in Nirvana. No. This is just to show the best of warriors from here in Tambapanni or in Timbilikam or other place in the world. So, Morgana won the prize scepter, a masterful ornate decorative scepter forged of gold, true mark of distinction, awarded to Appa Morgana by Aga Rada Vikramabahu for winning this wrestling contest. Would have been nice to have. And I'm the owner of two prizes. I got the prize bowl, which is a court artifact. An ornate bowl of masterful craftsmanship. It is made of gold and engraved with motifs of zoomorphic motif. Offered and claimed by Vikrama as the prize in his duel contest. Vassal limit up. Court grandeur bonus up. So is the glory hand last levy contribution. That helps it. And I'm also the owner of the prize ring. This is for more prestige. An elegant ring of excellent craftsmanship. It's steel shink with a Theravada Dharma chakra engraved onto the head of gold. It is encircled by the Vijayabahu house motto, goodness to the sword. Offered and claimed by Vikram as the prize in his archery contest. Perhaps few words given on my host. 99% chance that my words bring me some acclaim, more prestige. Our dynasty gets the renown up and bolster the garrison here in our capital for the next 10 years. And all qualifying acclaimed knights, you'll gain more glory. And I've gained the trade experience in bow and in foot. Yes. My words bring me some acclaim. The tournament has at last drawn to a close. Thank you all for coming. Yep, we spent a huge amount of money to hold the grandest of grand tournaments here in Tambapanni. There may not be another one like that in our lifetime. Maybe in the next one during the what could be coming as the golden age under the next ruler, Gajabahu. I could see that happening in his lifetime, if he has money to burn, so to speak. Don't worry, your prowess will go up, all of you. Sold one. Put the prize bowl here. This is what it looks like. Sri Lanka style. I mean, to be realistic from Western eyes, it looks like a plate. But it's a prize bowl that I've earned from the duel. I would love to increase the court amenities, but we got money to spend. There's so much of this. Even if you increase the barracks all the way, it does not reduce the cost further for holding a grand tournament here. Glad that we have the barracks. This one does more for tax, you know. So let's build barns and storehouses. You've been spending quite a bit, have you? Don't need this. Put this on. There you go. Oh, what an excellent time it was. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can buy a claim, but you can't do that, because you know why? You cannot buy a claim on a kingdom if you're already kingdom. Remember that thing we talked about? Actually, you could do that in other entities, not here. Well, anyways, it's not what I was looking for. I'd like to go somewhere far, because I need an excuse to get out of here, and, you know, come on, somewhere far. There you go, far off realm. Because I needed to get out of here so I can, you know, start making money again. Experienced fighter. Come on in. I forgot about you people. I'll recruit you guests. Especially that we have an active acolyte. You are now the Rataputa of the Tiger. An acclaimed knight of ours. You claimed the Rataputa. Never thought that we'd have a woman with distinction. And honestly, I feel quite honored for this. Good, you spent the money. all this. You know what, let's do something that I've not done before in this series, and this is just because I'm a Theravada Buddhist. Let us abstain from vices during Vasa. Each year, all Theravadins, whether monastics or laity, observe the Vasa or rain retreat, which lasts 3 months. Though not a monastic, I can go beyond the usual formalities, if I want, and adopt more ascetic practices during Vasa to demonstrate my devotion to the Buddhist teachings. I will forego various vices, potentially earning me different character modifiers and wounds like piety. While Vasa is ongoing, I'll have abstaining vices during Vasa character modifier. At the end, I could partake in the Katina festival and donate to monastic for extra boons, 25. Which again, months between April to June, before Vasa formally starts in July. For historical context, in India, during the rainy season, early Buddhist monastics stopped traveling to observe Vasa, as to avoid harming crops, insects, or themselves in rough weather. Vasa is still done by Theravadins in Southeast Asia. During Vasa, some laity adopt more stringent lifestyles or even take monastic vows. It is followed by the joyous Katina festival. Non-Theravadins living in different climates have largely abandoned Vasa in this form, though they may observe equivalent forms of retreats. This will be a spiritual, fulfilling experience. After having that big tournament, so I thought it would be appropriate to go take part in this. This will be a spiritual, fulfilling experience. The Vasa, or Rains Retreat, is almost here. Very soon, Theravada bhikkhus will retire to their monasteries to focus solely on meditation, the study of Theravada Buddhist scriptures, and more. Laities such as myself usually take this time to redouble our efforts to live virtuous and moral lives. However, this year I wanted to take it to another level. There are some laity who vow to adopt more ascetic practices, such as cutting down on meat and alcohol, and restraining from potentially negative deeds such as sexual misconduct and harming other beings. I've taken such vows. Once Vasa begins, I'll abstain from such vices. Hopefully, doing so will help me spiritually. I must prepare myself while I still have time. Today is the Asara Puja, or Dharma Day, and the first day of the Vasa. Dharma Day commemorates the anniversary of when the Buddha set the wheel of Dharma in motion by giving his first sermon on the Four Noble Truths, that there is suffering, it's caused by craving, and there is a state beyond suffering and craving, nirvana, and finally, the way to nirvana is through the Eightfold Path. Anyways, as usual, I visit the local temple to pay my respect to the bhikkhus, listen to their sermons, and engage in prayer. However, this year, I'll also be doing my best to abstain from various vices. Sure, it will be too different from the normal life to cut down on excesses. My aspiration to succeed in this endeavor. No fertility. Piety up. Trying to abstain from various actions and thoughts that would create negative karma, such as drinking alcohol, engaging in harming others. Yes. Again, Vasa begins in July. Though the bhikkhus are mainly focused on meditation, chanting, and other religious practices during Vasa, some will also take time to give sermons to laities such as myself when we give them alms. Today, I attended one such sermon by a famous bhikkhu, who expounded upon various topics related to the Buddhist teachings, such as hearing wise and thoughtful words that really helped me in my attempts to restrain from engaging in vice and indulgence. It is good that I attended the ceremony. After 3 long months, well, I started in April, Vasa is over. This year, I took the extra step of adopting more ascetic practices and trying to abstain from various vices. Whether I succeeded or failed, it is important that I at least tried. There is always room for improvement that I may live a more virtuous and happy life in line with the teachings of the Buddha. The end of Vasa is marked by the Katina festival. Traditionally, parades and ceremonies are held to celebrate the end of the monastics' retreat. It is also time for us laity to give gifts to the bhikkhus to show our gratitude. Perhaps I should give a gift of my own to thank them for their efforts, particularly in helping me abstain from vices this year. I will donate new saffron robes, as is tradition. Lord Vikramabahu, my delightful lion, Playang is kneeling in dust for me, right hand above her heart. My only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love for you? Bring me something unusual. Exotic orchid, perhaps? Does it give me an orchid? It's been over a year since we decided to build a Buddhist temple, a large Buddhist temple. Way to go, people. Oh yeah, I could go to another university if I wish to. But I need the money for that, of course. The Shevite Holy Order founded. Be careful. But that may benefit the other Shevites, especially up north. My friend Gajaba was tossing over me, so there you are, Vikramabahu. Just spoken to Shavendra Narayan, who's making a divan for you. Couldn't resist to visit his workshop. Talk to him on reject sticks, think you will like the result. Thank you, son, friend. Reckless. He's got a habit of walk hold fast in. I'm not sure which of us enjoy the fresh air sun the most. Hold fast bounce and looks back at me, boxes. Say, catch up. And on we walk. Medium health boost. Everything's impermanent, but for me, it looks like I'm gonna last longer. Perhaps up to 80 if I'm lucky. Wait outside of every chamber, each minute feels like a lifetime. Panic screams cease with no infant cry to replace. Seconds I can feel in my bones. Door opens. Midwife's fresh spirit confirms my fears. I'm so very sorry. Lady Payang, your daughter, they're both in Nirvana now. What have we done to deserve this? There goes another alliance. This is just sad. I will end this episode earlier than usual. It'll end as soon as the large Buddhist site is complete. Treatment time. Spent many evenings with cousin. Seated by my bedside. Reciting passages from the Buddha Vakana. Despite the fact you're a Christian, but thank you for the words of the Virudaka turned out just what I needed. Now the worst of my sisters alleviated and the world seemed a little brighter. Here it is. I've just received news that the temple which I ordered built a while back has finally been completed. How inspired is to see the Buddha statue that I do into the main hall. Many will benefit from this temple and will serve as a spiritual center for the monastics and lay. I am a great Mahavihara patron. It is simply beautiful. Yes. Okay, wait till January 2nd and we'll end here. Okay, stop right here. Alright. So there's your current prominence. Almost 200 for Mahavihara. We still got a long way to go because, as we want to remind you people, the main goal for this series is to unite the Sangha. To do that, have one of the monasteries get the province to 900. We are quite a long ways there. So this is a much more longer term series, so it might end up in the 1200s or even the 1300s. As I've been heavily focused on not only developing our capital, oh heck, and what else? So, in the next episode, we'll continue to spend money to make more improvements and such, so we could start making more investments, so we can make more money. Even long after I'm gone, we will be making much more tax money than it was in the previous era. Not to mention that this episode was heavily focused on the tournament itself. So it's only going to be a very long time before we see another one like that ever again. And in the next episode, I'm looking forward to get back to traveling. Thinking about going to Transoxiana and back. So yeah, travel a part of the Silk Road. Bring the Silk Road merchants, and we'll make a lot more cash. And then come back here, and we'll spend more money to help out the Sangha and the continued improvement of buildings, and among other things. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. I know I did. That was a great tournament we had. Something we don't typically see around here in the peaceful island of the land of the Buddha, of Tambapanni. So, we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.